What is up guys, James here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you guys my finance tracker. So let's get right into it. So in the main page we see I have a set of assets, liabilities, income, and expenses. And then I could also include their values. So for example, say $10 for each. These are just fake values. I'm just putting $100 here, let's say $1,000 here, and then $10 cash, right? And you can see that the total gets updated, which essentially is the sum of everything that's in this column. And then for liability, let's say I have $200, and let's say student loan, I have 50K, right? You can see that the owner's equity turns into a different color because it's a negative value. It's just conditional formatting that I did. Pretty simple. And let's say for income, you can see that the Tangerine savings account is just calculated as 4% of this value here. So that gets updated. And let's say dividend, I get $150 a month. So there's the net income. And for expenses, let's say phone bill is $20, haircut $20, rent, let's say $650, groceries $200, and the student loan, let's say I pay $500 a month. So then there you can see that the total expense gets updated, and then the income here is a negative, so it's in pink. Let's now go on to the next page, which is the stock page, or my TFSA. So here you get a bunch of tickers that you can include, and the prices are using the Google Finance, so those get updated every, I believe, 15 minutes, or let's say 20 minutes. So then you can include all the stocks that you want here. And then the only sections that you need to fill is the number of shares and the average price. Because let's say I have 2 shares here, 1 share here, let's say 5, 4, and then 6. And then let's say the average price, so this is the price that I purchased at, or the average price of everything that my stock was purchased at. So let's say this was $50, this was $120, $50, and then let's say for Nvidia I bought it at something ridiculous, let's say $190, and then Apple, let's say $250. I'm just making up these values. You can see that the total return gets updated, so this is the amount that I lost, this is the percentages, and then for available fund, this is how much that's in the account. So let's say $10. And then net deposit is how much you deposited. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So also deducted by the amount that you withdrew. So let's say here, 5,000. So you can see that I lost money here. But let's say I only put, I don't know, miraculously $1,000. Then you can see that the net profit is positive here. Actually, I kind of want to format this so that if it is positive, so let's do this really quickly. So if greater than 0, we'll make it green. And then if it's less than 0, we'll make it red. There we go. So if we close this, you can see that it's positive. Let's say I put in $10,000 and there's a negative value here. I also created one for non-registered, so same thing here. So let's go on to the setup section. Here you pretty much just have to put out the categories of your income and your expenses. So that being, bank interest, your, I don't know, the interest that you get from your cash, your job, dividend. You can also include a whole bunch here. Really up to you. Let's say YouTube. And then expenses as such. You can also hide this because this isn't really something that you use too often. So you could obviously hide it here. And then now if you go on to transaction, this is a bit more important. So here you can double click here, select the date, and then here type, let's say expenses. And today, let's say I got a haircut, so $20. You also put in a description, fresh cut. something like that. And then you can also put, let's say, expenses. I'm just going to populate this just for funsies. So sorry, I meant income. And let's say for cash, I don't know, let's say I got $10. And then some other expenses, let's say cell phone, $30. I'm just making up, I just want to populate this to show you on the next page. So let's say job, I got $1. And then now if we go on to the monthly overview, this is where you can see a graph of your income and your expenses. Along with that, you can see a cash flow, so you can see exactly how much you're making. So right now I'm having negative 39. And then this is all the categories and the amount that you can see here. So this is pretty neat. And then here you can use the drop down menu to select any date. So obviously there's nothing here, so no data shown. And yeah, so this section here, the setup page, the transaction, and the monthly overview is just a template or a Google spreadsheet that copied. So I'm not going to take credit for it, but yeah, I found that this is quite nice and pretty nice to use. It's pretty simple. And yeah, that's pretty much how I track my finances. Um, yeah, I don't have negative $49,000. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and find this helpful. I'm gonna leave a link to this down below. So yeah, I'm gonna click share, and anyone with this link can use it. So if I copy the link, I'll just paste it here, and anyone can have access. Just do file, make a copy, and then make your own, populate your own thing. Hope you guys find this helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace out.